don't wanna wake up. Sunlight.
How's it going tonight? Yeah? It's a good start to a Monday, right? Couple drinks, some snacks. Hopefully there's some wraps left. I know Isaac ate like half of those before y'all got here, so I apologize. So welcome to September's Tech Map. Very excited to have you guys. We have some exciting pitches today and an exciting guest speaker. Mr. Miguel came in today. Flew in all the way from Puerto Rico just for you guys. So we'll see what happens. Just hang on. There we go. So just a quick thank you to Mr. Johan Borg. Johan founded Tech Map about 8 years ago. So he's the reason why we're able to gather here today, the reason why we can all mix and mingle and improve our businesses. So thank you, Mr. Johan, even though you're not here today. We greatly appreciate you. Hopefully you got to meet some people. The goal of the Tech Map really is to, again, improve your business in whatever way, whatever shape and form that you need to. So if you're trying to meet somebody, come and find myself or Isaac. We'd love to make that introduction, facilitate that introduction. That way we can bring value to you guys, and today was an effective use of your time. Real quick, we have a couple new sponsors. One, I want to give a shout out to Thicken. So if you saw the animation today before we got started, that was thanks to those guys. They've been a tremendous part of the Tech Map community for almost a year now, right, Basintu? About a year? Más o menos? Yeah. And have tremendously helped a lot of the young startups in our community, and now has a lot of clients because of our community. So thank you to you guys for being an effective part and giving back to us. And then our second newest sponsor, Mr. Colt Monclaw with IV Bars. Do you have a few words to share with us?
Is it right now?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, yeah. I didn't know it'd be this quick. By the way, my name's Colt Monclaw. Claw, that's a good one. I'm not in the tech space, obviously. I'm in the health and wellness space, and I applaud every one of you who is in the tech space. It's way over my head, from coding to web development, but definitely excited to share this space. The reason why I wanted to be a sponsor for today's event, IV Bars, my company, is a nationwide brand. We're opening our 18th location here in Austin, right across from Central Market on Westgate. And so we'd love for you to come check us out. We're a health and wellness company. We do different variety of things, bars, but we find out what your cocktail is. We do vitamin formulated cocktails, so we have one specific for brain focus, diet detox, liver cleanse, immune booster, rehydrate, rejuvenate. Create your own vitamin cocktails, such as an IV bag. I have a nurse that administers it. And so we're growing very fast. Our big thing is we want to teach people that what we do put in and on our body matters, and how to live your best life. And that's our mission statement. So thank you for having me today. I applaud all y'all in the tech space, and really appreciate you having me out. Thank you.
Of course. And there's a discount, right? Oh yeah.
Appreciate it.
The good guy discount.
That one almost slipped.
Yeah.
So when we do have our grand opening in October, from here on out, if any of y'all would like to come and try it out, just say that you're a part of the Tech Map, is correct, right? Yeah. Tech Map community, and we'll give you 25% off. Come as a group, come by yourself, just come have some fun and check us out. We really love it, and give us a shout out on social media. So we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Cole. So sponsorships are why we can do what we do today. So thank you guys for being tremendous sponsors. Thank you Capital Factory for donating the space. And ACC for continuing to fuel in great talent to our community. So for those of you who haven't been here, I'm going to run through this really quickly. I don't want to bore you. But if you're in the tech space, you've realized that there's a lot going on here in Austin. Whether you're from LA, from Chicago, it doesn't matter. There's a lot going on. So what we do at the Tech Map is created a website so that you can find out everything that's going on in the tech scene here in Austin in one place. Now, having an online community is cool and all, but everyone craves that true interaction, that face-to-face, belly-to-belly communication, and that's what we provide once a month for you guys here. So hopefully today, again, you get to meet the right person, whether it's your next co-founder, hence the name, right, or developers or investors. Talk with one another, talk to us, and let's make the connections that you need to make happen. So today we have 4 pitches. I'm going to actually read off this order real quick. Usually it's random, but today we're going to have it organized for you. So Jeff Collier is, did I say that right? Collier? Yeah? All right. I'm trying. You're gonna pitch first for us today. Then we're gonna have Miss Rochelle, Daniil, and then Jonathan will end it today. And then last but not least, our speaker, Mr. Miguel, with the shades on. So a quick introduction for Mr. Miguel. Again, he is from Puerto Rico, new to Austin, and he has a new company called Dr. Lead Gen. He's done phenomenal work across the U.S., across Puerto Rico, and has some exciting things to share with you guys today, specifically on the topic of how to gamify your life. Is that right? Gamify your life? Yeah. That's what I liked about it. So I'm pretty excited to hear. So Mr. Miguel, if y'all give him a round of applause. Excited to have you, brother. Thank you. Thanks.
Appreciate it. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Yeah. Fantastic. Oh, I love the energy. So as you already know from my talk and gave you a couple tips, it's going to be talking about gamifying your life. Now, first I want to give you a little bit of background about myself. Yes, I do come from Puerto Rico. I just did move recently within the last about 4 months. I've been here, yeah. And give me 1 second. I'm setting a timer for myself so that I can not go over my time.
It's September.
Okay. So, yes, it's been thank you. It's been 4 months since I've been here, and I can't tell you how much. First of all, I love Austin. Okay, who here has lived in Austin for a while or just been bred here? Okay, fantastic. I love your city. Okay, I love your food. I love absolutely everything about this place, and it kind of beats Puerto Rican food. And my mother's watching live, so sorry, Mom. Her food is actually the best. I mean, home cooking is home cooking, but definitely the food here just really does a 1-2 punch to Puerto Rican cuisine. So love this place, and I'm not planning on leaving anytime soon. Anyway, that being said, yes, I did move here about 4 months ago. Some of you probably heard about Hurricane Maria that hit Puerto Rico late last year. I was there for that. I experienced that issue firsthand. That was the reason why my company in Puerto Rico, which was called Paradise Funnels, was ended because there was no internet, no electricity. That was a bummer, and I had to move on. But after that moment, I had to make a decision, and I decided to, do something, get out, not just stay in my house and wait for help. I met up with a bunch of other entrepreneur buddies of mine, GSD members, and I'll tell you about what that is later, but just some entrepreneurial members, friends of mine, that we were looking to see how we could collaborate and how we could help the situation in Puerto Rico. And we ended up servicing the island and just giving massive amounts of help to the people out there doing food missions, and it was a big motivator of ours for several months, and that's kind of what paid the bills and fed me and kept me entertained in that period of time. Unfortunately, after everything went down, and I was coming up to the end of April, I experienced a divorce. That was kind of the catalyst of what sent me out here. And when I moved out here, I moved after living for 22 years on that island, and it being my home. So anybody that's ever done a massive move and has gone through divorce and has gone through Category 5 hurricane, I know a lot of you have gone through that, but if you have, you know that it's something that really does a number, and it wasn't helping my health either. I was weighing a little bit over 200 pounds, 205, 210 pounds around there, and then I moved out to Austin. The whole point, and the reason I'm telling you this, is because I want you to know where I was. Mentally, I was not in a good place. Okay, and I'm sure that a lot of you have gone through trials and tribulations in your own lives that have affected you in great ways, and you guys being entrepreneurs, programmers, investors, media, what have you, I know that getting a little bit of assistance and getting a little bit of help with how to manage this is very important. Okay, and that's what I have to share with you. I have to share with you what I used to basically rebuild my life in the last 4 months since I moved to Austin. Now, I can't just give it all to this tool that I'm about to give you. There was a lot of support. I had mentors, friends, many of them in the room actually here with you guys. And It was a big support system that I had, and I have to say that it completely revolutionized my life. But this was the guiding principle behind my everyday waking moment, what I did on a daily basis that made an impact. And I call it the game of life. And who here loves to play games? Any kind of games on your phone? Everybody, come on, All right, so if you love to play games, I do too. I absolutely adore, I left my PlayStation at home because I am that addicted to, games. I left it on the island. When I mean home, I left it in Puerto Rico because I knew I was going to play it if I brought it over here. So eliminated that distraction, took all the apps off my phone, and then I replaced it with this game, which is the game of life, okay? And what this did for me was help me fight the depression, the anxiety, just all the different feelings that come with having that kind of a move, having to rebuild your life from ground zero, having to manage through a divorce. For those who have done that, it's not easy. But I will tell you that it was absolutely amazing, the kinds of results I was experiencing because I was tracking my results on a daily basis, because I was gamifying my life, okay? So definitely, if you guys have something to write down notes with, I want you to, I'm giving you the goods. I'm not just going to speak theory. I'm going to give you practical tools that you guys can take home today and be able to start gamifying your lives tomorrow and immediately start having an impact and tracking your results so that you can be in a better place 3 months from now, okay? So that being said, here we go. So benefits of this game are going to give you, you're going to be ultra productive. I guarantee that, okay? Clear focus. You're going to be able to see steady growth in all the areas of your life that are important to you. And I'm going to talk about these 5 different categories that are important. You're going to be able to quit addictions if you have any, because I was able to quit addictions as well during this period in time. And I also got in the best shape of my life. I was weighing 202 pounds when I got here. I weigh 184 now. And yes, I am in the best shape of my life and I feel fantastic. Okay, so a lot of the things I'm going to give you, it really is just about creating that balance across all of these 5 categories. So what are the 5 categories? Here we go for taking notes, okay? Number 1 is atmosphere, okay? Atmosphere. When I mean about atmosphere, I'm talking about your environment, okay? The place you live, the place you work, the people you surround yourself with, all of this impacts your atmosphere, okay? And all of this has an effect, regardless of whether you want to admit it or not. If you're living in a cluttered apartment that's completely dirty and you have like broken things in the house, you have that faucet that's still leaking that you haven't fixed yet, those kinds of things just do irreparable damage to your mentality on how you're going to move forward, because all of this is basically, you're looking at it on a daily basis. You got to understand, it's very subtle, but it is impacting your life. Okay, and it is so easy to have a clean apartment, and I'm talking from experience now because I have a super clean apartment because I keep it clean on a daily basis because I have this game to, and I get points for cleaning my apartment. So it's part of the game. I want to get 100% at the end of the day, right? So this is important. You need to understand that will have a huge effect on your mental stability and your focus and your overall progress, okay? So what are the 2 categories that you take into account and you keep track with SCORE? First of all, the cleaning, the cleanliness of the apartment or the area, right, that you reside in is the one thing that you get points for, and the second thing is for fixing stuff, okay? When you have that flat tire that you still haven't fixed that's in your trunk and you gotta go get patched up and you haven't done it yet, that is going to weigh on your mind. And then when you get another flat and you don't have that flat fixed, then guess what? Now you paid the price because you didn't put it as a priority. Oil change for your car, or that dentist appointment that you forgot to set up for the 17th time. Guys, this is important, like these little minute things have a huge impact overall, and it's stuff that doesn't seem to be important in the moment, but then later on it just stacks on itself, and then it becomes part of this tornado that you walk through when something else in your life becomes unstable and you're like, oh my goodness, everything's falling apart, my kids hate me, my mom hates me, my dad hates me, and oh my goodness, the dentist, like stuff like that. And then that will be the drop that breaks the glass. It's the dentist. Some ridiculous thing like that. And I'm just putting effort on this so you guys understand it's super important that you keep track of these things on a daily basis and that you are constantly vigilant in these areas, right? So whether it's oil change, dentist, whatever, atmosphere, cleaning and fixing your surroundings. Number 2, business. For those who are entrepreneurs in the room, pay very close attention to this. This is going to really be the part that's going to change your life. And for those who are not entrepreneurs and just are employees and you're happy being an employee, that's cool too. Just switch business to work, okay? But these 3 categories are the ones that you get points for in the business area or work. Number 1 is discover. You have to discover one new thing every single day, okay? I have to learn something new on a daily basis. Whether it's a stupid little 2-minute video on YouTube that teaches me something new about business building or scaling or giving consulting or what have you, right? Whatever your specialty is in, you should be looking to grow yourself on a daily basis, okay? Your education didn't stop when you got out of college, right? That's really important. If you think that you stopped when you got out of college, you're very mistaken. You're not going to go very far thinking that you're done, okay? You're going to have to keep learning for the rest of your life. Number 2, teaching. For those who don't know how to teach, you should teach. And the reason that you should teach someone, and I'm not saying that you should become a teacher to the masses, I'm saying get somebody that will be a pupil under you, that you will guide, that you will show your knowledge to. Number 1, it makes you feel fantastic. You're nurturing somebody new in the field. Number 2, it's going to sharpen your skills as you teach this individual. Okay? So you get points for teaching. Discovering, teaching, and growth. Now growth, you could do that. You could get points for growth just by watching a video on YouTube, but I don't count that as growth. I have to read a book to actually grow. I have to read a book that is specialized in my area, and I have to spend a good amount of time on it. Before it was 10 minutes of reading. Now I have to read half an hour or an hour before I actually can mark off that point for that point system. Okay. By the way, each one of these categories that I'm giving you, you get 5 points out of it, out of each section. Okay. So atmosphere, cleaning and fixing, business, discover, teach, grow, or growth. Moving on to category number 3, relationships. Guys, when I started my career, and if you guys saw my bio, I started in Vector Marketing as a sales rep, and I quickly became a branch manager and a district manager for their company. I will tell you something. I was very money hungry back then, and I did not have my focus in the right place, and I sacrificed a lot of relationships. I sacrificed relationships, key relationships with my mother, my father, my siblings, my brother. I did not speak to this man for the longest time, and he basically grew through his teenage years while I could have had the most impact in his life, and I completely missed that window because I was completely obsessed with making money. And I kept telling myself, oh yeah, I'm just going to keep doing this for a couple years and keep sacrificing my time with my family just for a couple years. It's not going to be forever. Yeah, that's a lie. If any of you guys are telling yourselves that you're currently slaving away and putting in the hours because you got to put in the hours and you got to sacrifice family time, I'm here to tell you that that is a lie that you're telling yourself, and you have bought it, and you're going to pay the price for it. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to your family. Don't do that to the people that are closest to you, people who love you. Okay? Those relationships are important. So I encourage you to reach out, to make a list of all the intimate relationships that you have, okay? Because I have my list, all right? There's about 10 individuals on that list, and I have to reach out to each one of these individuals at least once on a weekly basis, okay? Whether it's through text message or a phone call or what have you. But I will tell you that most of the time when I reach out to them, I talk to them for like about an hour or more, because it's important. You got to nurture those relationships. Okay? And you will find that when you do this, you will have an extra level of balance and satisfaction with your life that you did not have before, because you're talking to the people who actually care about you, and you're sharing things with the people who actually care about hearing what you have to say. Okay? So that's really, really important. Number 4, your body. Here we go. The body. All right? Fuel and fitness. You have to understand, your body is a machine. It is the tool that you're going to use to actually achieve all of your goals and be able to get to where you need to go. If you're not getting enough sleep, guess what? You're not going to be able to work at your highest level or operate at your highest level. Okay? This is really, really important. You need to understand that your body, if it's not being fed properly, you don't have the right vitamins in it, you're not getting the right protein, you're not getting the right sleep, you're not getting the right exercise. What do I mean by right exercise? I'm not saying that you go to the gym and you slave away and you do ridiculous amounts of lifting that's not good for your body. What I'm talking about is that you set up a regimen. and you're consistent. If that regimen is just running on the treadmill, run on the treadmill. Get on the elliptical. Do something to exercise your body. Your body, it will pay dividends when you do this. It will respond. You will have more energy. Who here has exercised consistently for more than a month ever in their life? Great. Okay, so then you know what I'm talking about. If you ate like garbage during that month while you were exercising, then no, you're not going to feel the same thing. But if you eat reasonably clean and you exercise properly, and heaven forbid you use vitamins, right? You're going to feel great. I have my vitamins. I spend almost $70 a month on vitamins, okay? Because I need my vitamins. It balances out my energy levels. And I don't have to drink coffee. I drink coffee now because I like to drink coffee, not because I have to drink coffee. Who would love to just eject coffee out of their diet right out the bat? Or are you guys so addicted that you just like, I want it. No, it's okay. I'm fine with coffee, right? You need to understand, that's not that good for you, all right? Be careful with that. There's only like 2 people in the whole room is like, yeah, I need to get rid of coffee. Everybody else is like, I'm super good, man. All right? You do you. But another thing I have to say about the body really fast is if you're going to work out, if you're going to get in shape, okay, make sure you have the right why. What is your why behind that? You know, are you doing it for the right reasons, or are you doing it because you want to impress somebody? I can tell you right now, if you're trying to do it because you want to impress somebody, you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you're going to quit real quick. That kind of motivation lasts like a week, maybe. And it's just such an unhealthy motivation. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't do it. I don't do it for any other reason than the fact that it makes me feel fantastic. My clothes fits a lot better. All right? I did not look good at 202. And now I'm pretty snazzy, I have to say. Okay? So clothes fits better. I went to Men's Warehouse yesterday and I put on the stuff. Everything fit. I spent half an hour there and I walked out with what I needed. I was just like, yes. Okay? So anyway, that being said, guys, do it for the right reasons. It will change everything, how you feel about it. And last part, category number 5, and I do say this seriously, this is the most important part, spirituality, okay? What is your overarching why? What's the transcendent reason beyond yourself why you're doing something, okay? I'll tell you personally, like, when I was in vector marketing and that was my first business gig and building, businesses over there and, selling kitchen knives to people and building sales rep teams. I was so money hungry, and I remember I would read motivational books, from John Maxwell and all these individuals talking about spirituality. Oh, you need to take care of your spirituality. I didn't know what that meant. It's like, how am I going to take care of my spirituality? What does that mean? Okay. What I didn't understand at the time is that is your overarching why. That's the real reason behind it. What are you trying to build? Who are you trying to help? Right? That ties into your values. That ties into your worldview. It ties into overall what you believe about you and your life and your purpose on this planet. Right? That's the reason why I get out of bed. All right? For those who are wondering, I am a Christian. All right? But I will tell you something. The reason I am a Christian is because I do believe that worldview is the one that is rooted in reality and has enough evidence scientifically to back that worldview. If you dispute or don't agree with me on that, that's fine. That's cool. You can have your own worldview. But what I will tell you is make sure that worldview gives you your transcendent why, gives you your reason behind life, gives you the reason to run. Because I will tell you right now, if it weren't for my relationship with God, I would not be able to do all the things that I'm doing. Okay? I would not be able to be as effective as what I'm doing right now. And it is literally intertwined into all the other 4 categories that I just spoke about. Okay? It's huge impact. And my 2 categories for points there are prayer and reading scripture, right? And that's how I score my thing. But depending on your worldview, it could be meditation or something else. You understand? Like it could definitely change depending on where you're at. So that being said, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for paying attention, guys. And that's my cue. That was perfect time. Q&A? Yeah, so anybody have any questions, concerns?
A lot of concerns.
Yeah.
Do you have any apps that you use
No, I don't use apps to keep track of my points. I actually use this notebook. It's fantastic. I was actually, later on, if you guys want to, pick my brain for how I do it, this is literally what I build my schematic on a daily basis. I literally have a page per day. This is my second notebook since I've been in Austin. My first is insane. You can see the progress from when I started to how I got more efficient and how ridiculous I was in the first days when I started. And this was just 4 months ago. And now where I'm at and how sophisticated the game's gotten, because the game does evolve with you as you grow yourself. So yeah, I do it all here. Now, do I use a lot of different apps to help me with this progress? Yes, I use tons of apps. And if you guys want to pick my brain on that, I'll be more than happy to share with you those apps as well. Yeah?
You mentioned you had a lot of help with mentors. How did you build your, could you give us a little insight into how to build a good mentor network? Just something like
Yeah, so when you go to the...
What was the question again?
The question is, and forgive me if I'm saying this.
Yeah, how do you build your how did you build your mentor network?
How did I build my mentor network? Well, first of all, I have one main mentor that I listen to, and lucky for me, I met him in high school. And he's a beast. He's not here right now. He's back in Puerto Rico with his family. But little by little, he was the one who brought me out of my sales box, made me a marketing guru, so to speak. Like I did that. But what I would say in terms of your question is go to different events. When you find someone that you really think can add value to what you want, or they're at the next step. This is probably the best nugget for that answer. When you find someone that is literally one step ahead of you from where you want to be, not too far ahead. I'm not talking about going to find a billionaire. You can go talk to Mark Cuban right now, and he's not going to give you practical steps for you to become a billionaire because you're not there yet. You guys are catching where I'm at here? Now, if you were almost a billionaire, then yeah, then Mark Cuban is the person you want to talk to. But if you are not close enough to the person that you want to emulate or you want to be like them, they can't give you practical steps to grow past that barrier. Lucky for me, my mentor is constantly growing, so I'm growing behind him, and I'm literally on his coattails. Like it's a race. So find yourself people that are constantly growing because they will keep you growing, and make sure that they're one step ahead of you, not light years ahead of you, because it's not going to be something practical that they'll be able to offer you. Yeah?
Can you elaborate on your scoring system a little and tell us how you evaluate your success, performance?
Yes, of course, of course. So what I gave you guys was a big chunk of it, but it was actually only half of the scoring system. So just running through here, this is for me, right? Spirituality, prayer, scripture are the two categories. Each one of these categories that I'm naming is worth 5 points, right? So keep this in mind. Body, fuel, and fitness, those are another 10 points. Relationships, relationship 1 and relationship 2. I have to contact at least 2 intimate relationships or speak with them and tell them that I love them on a daily basis for me to get a point, right? Because boom, there's 2 more points there. That's 10 total. Business. For business, again, the game kind of modifies with you as you grow it. Before, I only had 2 categories for business, which was discover and teach. Now it's discover, teach, and growth, which I wanted to focus on reading more books. So I get 15 points if I nail all the business categories. And then my atmosphere, I just paired clean and fix together, right? Because there's not so many things to fix when you're always fixing them constantly. And then cleaning is really the priority. I just keep my stuff clean. So for all those categories, you get 5 points each, and that's 50 points right there. Then the other half is the production half. That's the power. That's where you get half of your score for the day. The other half is production, where you do a 3-month sprint. This is called mission control. Okay, not mission control. You do a 3-month sprint. You set goals for 3 months out. Don't set goals for a year, guys. It's ridiculous. Okay, set goals for 3 months out. It's something practical. It's within what you are doing right now. Within 3 months, everything can change for you, and your entire goal system can change based on what happens within 3 months. But 3 months is it's a quarter. Okay, it's perfect. So you set your goals out for 3 months in advance. You get 1 or 5 points for reviewing your 3-month goals every day. You guys know that pattern of having to read your goals on a daily basis? That's what I do. I literally every day I go through my 3-month goal and I remember my focus. This is where I want to be in 3 months. And I did this 3 months ago and I hit those markers, every single last one of them. And now I got 3 more, the 4 new, and it's only 4 goals, by the way. It's in 4 categories. It's in spirituality, body, relationship, and business. That's it. You set goals in those 4 categories, okay? And I'm going to get you next, brother, but let me just finish this right here. Week is your mission control. What are your weekly goals to hit your monthly goals, right? Every week I sit down and I evaluate, what am I doing that's going to get me closer to these monthly goals, and I get 5 points for reading my weekly goals out. And then my day, this is where I get most of the points. Just for writing out 3 main tasks that I need for my day, I get 2 check marks on my day, which is just 10 points just to write out my daily tasks. And then I get 2 points for every one of those goals that I mark off. That's a total of 100 points right there, okay? Told you I was going to give you value. Yes, sir.
What methodology did you use to come up to those scores in each category?
Well, it was kind of Frankenstein together. A lot of it came from Garrett J. White. I don't know if you're familiar with his book, Warrior. If you get a chance to look up Garrett J. White, he's fantastic. He's created he has a Warrior Week that he basically runs a campaign, gets a lot of men out there, teaches them how to focus on what I just told you. But the game that I showed you is altered. It was modified with my mentor and I, and we included mission control and a bunch of other elements to it. But the original setup was Warrior from Garrett J. White. I have to give him credit for that.
Last question.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So your point system is very tailored to what's important to you.
Yeah.
Is there a more maybe structured cookie cutter that we could give to the audience that then they can base their own kind of tailored benefit of?
Yeah, sure.
Because it seemed very, I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
But for something that they can take home with them to kind of implement,
Yeah.
is there maybe a different way that we can explain the same thing?
Well, the way that Garrett J. White does it, which is more of a cookie cutter, was what you're looking for. The categories for Garrett J. White are only 4. They're not 5, right? We added atmosphere to it. The beauty, the area that you live in. But the 4 main points are being, body, balance, which are the relationships, and business, right? Those are the 4 main cookie cutter categories, and then I basically extrapolated from that, and I kept building my own thing, and you can do it too. I mean, honestly, it's a great, groundwork for anything that you want to build, and you can modify the game to yourself and to your needs, and again, the game will evolve as you evolve, because the game, for me personally, the game was not the same thing today like it was 3 months ago.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Jeff, you ready to roll?
Thank you. Do you just stand here or just anywhere? Here's fine.
Whatever's most comfortable for you.
Jeff, what's your company? It's a pink one. There you go. Awesome. Got a clicker? Sir. Chip right. Move on. Right left. Cool. All right, thank you. Can you guys hear me? All right, cool. My name is Jeff Collier. Today I'm presenting Collier Robotics. You can probably guess what I'm going to be presenting on today. Robotics, that's right. How many people have a software background here? A lot of people. Okay, so I'll do my little software joke. So a funny joke, no, it's not that funny, it's just something that's out there, is the 2 hardest things in software are cache invalidation, naming things, and off by 1 errors. And so yeah, exactly, only a few software guys here. So you can kind of see where I got the name from, because naming things are hard. So what am I, there we go. Okay, so the vision for Collier Robotics is to be the #1 brand in non-industrial robotics. That basically means robotics that exist in your home and in your business. Right, so this basically started about 8 months ago, and I was looking around, and I don't know how many of you guys think this, but you're looking around, you're like, where are the flying cars? Where's all the cool stuff I see in sci-fi? Why does none of this exist? And so I basically said, okay, well, based on our current technical climate, current manufacturing climate, what is actually physically possible to produce that would be interesting and useful for everyday life? And so I came up with a way to basically create a robot that is able to access any room in your house or office or building and do a series of tasks. So that's bringing you a beer, cooking, cleaning, cheating at rock, paper, scissors, intimidating the cat, befriending the dog, whatever that is. And the way we do this is with ceiling-mounted robots. Right? So we're basically able to put beams on your ceiling, and that robot is able to then traverse the space on the ceiling. Based on the way the robots are built, they can actually access wall to wall and down to the floor. So they have full reach and capability of everything. Don't think this is going to load on the video, so we'll just go ahead and skip that. So why is now a good time? This really has to do with price of parts and the software available. For a long time, the biggest difficulty in these type of robots come with cost, the abilities, and locomotion. So all those cool robots you see from like Boston Dynamics doing the flips and the little dogs doing everything, those are about $250,000 to $500,000 for that robot, right? They take up a lot of space and they just don't do a whole lot of things interesting. So for us, for about the price of a new car, we can actually get this type of system in your home and be able to upgrade it and do a variety of really interesting tasks. So what are some of the good things and bad things about this? Really, what we think is interesting is just the locomotion part of being able to go to any room in your home or office and perform a series of tasks. Really allows us to have end-to-end automation that's really not possible with kind of some of the other things you're seeing out there right now. And it's just a really big opportunity. What kind of is not so great about it is really just you have to have a little install in your house, which some people might not be that interested in, but we think that's an easy hurdle to get over once they start seeing what this thing's actually able to do. And it is a little bit costly, so our market is going to be a little bit different than just everybody, obviously. And in terms of things that might hurt us, really, if anybody comes out with a fully functioning futuristic robot in the next 15, 20 years, that would hurt us, but that's pretty far out just based on where we're at technically. So like I said, our market is really the upper 20%. Basically, if you're making 6 figures or more, you're in the target market. It's about 33 million households. And even though this has been kind of more household focused so far, there's really actually a lot of opportunity within different business spaces to take this type of robot and do a series of tasks with it. Defensibility, again, pretty standard, patents and then first mover advantage. So next step. So basically have a really basic working prototype that we really need to continue to build out. So that's why we're looking for funding to really help bring together the right expertise in the different subsystems and then bring it to market. So I think I'm pretty close on time. Okay. And so just in terms of my background, I've been doing software for 20 years. I've been leading teams about 50 for the past 9 years. So I'm really good at the software side, really good at executing and delivering complex systems. And so, based on the architecture and blueprint I have for this system, really looking for talented people to come help and join me to build this, and then the funding to actually help pay those people to bring it to market. Thank you. Yeah, good question. Yeah, so that was a big part of the system, right? So getting a beam on the system on the ceiling is pretty easy, and then you can basically there's 2 ways that we allow for that implementation. Either basically a connecting bridge. Think of like any folding bridge that you've seen that is actually able to go through doorways, and then our robot is actually able to open doors. Or the other option is you can kind of basically put in some automatic doors in there, but it can actually work within the system, and that's the idea, is that you can basically work within the existing household. You don't have to do a whole lot of upgrades to really make it work. Good question.
What's the degree of freedom?
For the arms? So it's actually going to be a series of robots. So one of the robots will actually have an arm, so it'll be like it's either a 6 or 7 DOF. And for those who don't know, robotic arms are really expensive. So they're about 20 to 40 grand for a robotic arm, which is why I don't see them very often. Yeah.
You mentioned the software being more available, but are you developing it yourself? And is there any sort of principles you have guiding it? I've heard people talk about using Bayesian networks or someone else's theory of universal induction or other things like that, like neural networks. Are you handcrafting it for each individual task, or is there something guiding you?
You mean in terms of the software architecture?
Yeah, like I'm not a tech person, so
No, it's fairly customized in terms of what we're doing. So we do use kind of, we use open source and off the shelf, and basically use our own secret sauce to bring that all together. Sure.
We're gonna get leads for that.
Say that again.
We're gonna get leads for that.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak louder?
Leads for that. Sales leads.
Sales leads? Yeah, right. So I think once you basically are able to have a product that people can see and trust and doesn't go around killing people, I think that makes it pretty easy to sell. But definitely going to need help in that marketing. My background is not marketing; it's not sales. So I'm definitely going to need some help to make that happen.
How much funding do you need? So you said you need to complete the prototype.
Yeah. So basically looking for a seed, probably around about 2.7 to get like an 18-month. Runway. Yep.
And does that complete the first prototype? And is that
Yeah, so it basically gets us the first prototype, and then after that helps us with a little bit of the patents, and then we're basically going to need to do a Series A to really bring it to the manufacturing, because once you have the prototype, that doesn't necessarily mean you're manufacturing ready, and the manufacturing ready it's a big pain, and you just need to go through another funding to get to that. Yeah.
one more question?
Is there computer vision involved? And also, what part of the project are you hoping to protect by filing the original patents?
So basically, the patent game is patent everything that you can, right? Every holistic system design, also every single possible subsystem, right? Because that allows you to have more defensibility as competitors come through. In terms of vision, yes, it'll have computer vision. So ideally, basically creating point clouds and then image recognition, bringing those two together to basically map your environment, and then do object recognition to do certain tasks and not chopping somebody's head off by accident.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Kell? Great job, by the way.
Did the clicker go away? You have the clicker? Or did you?
Clicker, tails up there. Should be up
It's
there.
up here. Okay.
Yeah, it's
You got the clicker? Just good? Perfect. You said right? It's a nice car.
Where am I?
Don't press it.
Oh. That's all right.
Technical difficulties.
Never used a Mac before.
Something like that.
Just move on to it. While we're on that, Raquel, maybe a little bit of background info before we get started.
Sure.
I know you just moved here from Florida, right?
Yeah. So I'm Rochelle Lynn. I am the founder of the Just Happy Hours app. It's a mobile app in Android and iOS that allows people who have lost their friend groups by moving, by getting divorced, unfortunately by death in the family, kids growing up and moving out of the house, to reignite friend groups with new people by setting up and attending happy hours at local restaurants. The restaurants subscribe to the app in order to promote their happy hours. So they can actually, they can have a free listing that's just their regular happy hours, but they can also have a paid listing that allows them to talk about details of their late night happy hour, trivia nights, music nights, things like that, and even to set up their own events and down the road sell tickets to those events. So users can go on the app and they can set up their set up their profile and then go through and earn points by setting up happy hours, attending happy hours. They can also earn points by updating happy hour listings that haven't been claimed by a restaurant, and then they get gift cards for their for their next happy hour that they're going to attend. So through that user-generated and restaurant-generated data, what we'll have is a database that can be licensed to B2B organizations, and that's the fundamental revenue piece of the app. Should I just keep going? Okay. So that's the basics of the app, and then let's see. Now I'm getting lost as to what I was going to talk about next. I can grab my phone though, and sorry guys. Okay, so why did I decide to develop the app? I just moved here from Florida about 4 weeks ago. I have lived in Austin before. Great town, great startup scene. And back when I was living in Florida, I was working from home, so I started my own happy hour group on Meetup. And I started to realize that the Meetup application was not ideal for what I was trying to make happen. Couple primary things. One is that the restaurants don't really have any way to interact with Meetup. If you're having something at restaurants to say, okay, well, we can seat this many people together, here's an event we have going on, or offer any kind of input into that interaction, makes it really hard on the organizer because they have to call over and over, talk to different managers, and then sometimes when you get there, they still don't know that you are coming. So controlling the group, the size of the group is one thing, and then just offering the restaurant that is the one that actually stand to make money off the app an opportunity to have a lot more input into that process. So, excuse me. So the revenue for happy hours for restaurants get about 30% of their revenue from happy hours. So that's why it's an important time that we have to capitalize on. The next slide was going to talk about our market size. Our market size is surprising to some people because they hear happy hour, they think a younger demo, but our this happy hour app actually targets people who are in like the 40 to 59 age range, because that's the middle-aged people I talked about earlier that a lot of times have gone through enough transitions that their social life is actually really struggling, and they're kind of hurting because of it. They also are an underserved group. They also have tend to have pretty good disposable income, and they also have time. So in terms of getting them to come to a happy hour that other people may or may not have an opportunity to attend, it's a really good opportunity for these restaurants to hit that particular target group. So I know a lot of people say, well, we don't have competitors. We do have competitors because, as I mentioned, this whole thing came about because I thought of some new and improved ways to operate in terms of how Meetup runs. We have unlimited creators on the app. Anybody can create an event, bless you. So nobody is charged for use. We also don't have messaging. A lot of times that just leads to some inappropriate messages, and what we're wanting is to have a social mechanism for people to actually get out and meet each other face to face, and that is what was so successful in Florida.
Michelle?
Yes.
So we can't go in a full slideshow mode, but we can point out particular slides.
Okay, so there's the competitors.
To point out?
I think we're good there. Yeah, so we can go to the next one. Okay, so.
That's not, oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay, so financial projections. An investor got interested when I was really early stage, and I ultimately decided not to pursue it at this time because his main interest was in how much equity he could get because he would be taking so much risk, because at that time the app was still a concept. So I did not pursue that, but I did go through the process of starting my business plan, and I'm currently in the process of adding assets to the business plan in the form of insurance, all my legal documentation, and the actual setup of the business. And as soon as I'm done with that, then I'll go ahead and let people start the process of beta testing the Android version. Once that's done, it'll be a relatively short beta test. We'll get everything fixed that we need to fix or change that we need to change, and we'll go ahead and get the iOS out. So hopefully by the end of the year. So here's our milestones. We're pretty on target. Doesn't feel like it sometimes when you're trying to muddle through all the legal paperwork, but we are getting there and should have the app out in both versions by the end of the year. Questions? Yeah.
Do you have questions? Yep.
Are you generating revenue right now?
No, it is not generating revenue. It's not out. I've started the process of advertising for pre-sales, but what I'm more focused on is getting those standard, what we call standard listings, meaning the non-paid listings, into the app, because we've got to have something for people to beta test. It was really hard to find a database that was free that would give me all this information. I still don't have the information on the happy hours, and that's where we came up with the user-generated thought. But so yeah, it's not earning revenue right now. It won't be until we can actually upgrade some of those people to memberships. But it is populated now because I found a database. Yes?
Your financial projections are for the overall state, or is it Texas, or is it only Austin? Your financial projections, are they for the overall United States?
Yeah, that's a good question. So they're in our 12 test cities. We have 12 test cities across the country that we've looked at that are large. Most of them are larger. I did include the one that I lived in when I was in Ocala because I know people there and I can nag them into beta testing the app versus having to kind of sell it through social media. But other than that, we really are looking at those 12 test markets, and then once we can get all the kinks worked out in terms of the database and the user-generated content. Go ahead.
How are you trying to do customer acquisition on both the sides, with restaurants and also with the normal consumers?
Yeah, so I've been running social on since I got started. You know, I've been going through usually mostly just Instagram and Facebook, but kind of, you know, collecting some interested people. I have an email newsletter. We have some subscribers to the email newsletter, just about 100, but it's hard to get people to sign up for something, of course, that doesn't exist yet. So I've saved, because this is bootstrapped, I've saved my budget until I can say go download it, instead of saying go sign up, because it's got such a low conversion rate. Oh, and the restaurants, same type of thing, but target marketing on Facebook and LinkedIn is what we're doing right now.
How big is your active user base?
There isn't an active user base because it's still in beta. So it hasn't been tested yet. The Android version is what's done, but it hasn't, they haven't had a chance to test it out because getting the insurance and the legal paperwork into place has taken a couple of months, which I didn't anticipate.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
all right, thank you.
Daniel?
Okay, and do you have any chance to show my presentation?
Yeah, the presentation.
Okay, all right. Okay. And how can I switch the slides?
To the right.
Right or right?
To the right. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So my name is Daniel Akhmetov, and I'm founder of Instameter. Instameter is a scoring service for Instagram. Yeah. So the long story short, once my wife decided to develop her blog on Instagram, I never been an Instagram user, but that was how I dived into the Instagram commerce. What have I seen there? So I can share the experience with you. I can tell that Instagram commerce is not an easy thing. There are many weird issues and many weird workarounds to them. For example, it never was possible to determine the commercial value of Instagram profile. Why? Because the follower count and the like count do not show anything actually. In addition to this, the advertising Instagram profile will cost you as much as the blogger will tell. And there may be very few conversion or zero conversion. So that was how I came to the solution. Instameter is a scoring platform for Instagram. It's like a credit score, but for the Instagram profiles. Here we might have a live demo, but unfortunately the live demo is not allowed in a short session. So, but it's not a big deal because you can open Instameter.io website on your devices and have this experience yourself. There is a screenshot with a part of one of the pages of the service indicating how smooth and nice the user experience is. And in addition to this, I can tell you about the two absolutely unique features. One of the features is that Instameter gives you a fake user account which follows the account. It's accounts which follow the given Instagram account which never been connected with the real person. And the other absolutely unique feature is ability to give the portrait of the average user, of the average follower of given Instagram account. And all these numbers and all the statistics and all the information is available absolutely fast, like in seconds, for any public Instagram account. So the most memorable feedback for me about the Instameter service was when someone has called Instameter the service for finding beautiful girls on Instagram. That shows for me that Instameter may have multiple applications and what potential growth it has actually. That's true. Business model for this, of course. So the business which can be implemented on top of this technology is the connection between the advertisers and the Instagram bloggers. So we can charge the small amount on each deal between the advertiser and the blogger when the deal closes and provide the straight and clear path, the straight and clear workflow for both parties, for advertiser and for the blogger. And in addition to this, the advertiser will be provided with the metrics and the right tools for tracking his progress and how the advertise was successful for him. Even with very few investments, Instameter has attracted a lot of people, and big investment will definitely give a big gain. So feel free to check out Instameter website. The URL is instameter.io, as well as follow us on Facebook and Telegram and Instagram. And please share your feedback with me, and the feedback tool is available on the website. And questions?
I might be wrong. So I can use this as a tool to look at an individual's profile and really get a credit score feedback to understand like what's real, what's not.
Yeah, that's right. So you can open a website and input the profile name, and if the profile is public, then it's publicly available to internet and any user. Then you can score it, and you can get numbers for any profile. That's what the technology allows you.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any legal challenge from Instagram to run this on their website?
I don't think so, but who knows? More questions?
Yep. How do you have access to the data with which to generate those scores?
The data is publicly available, and I pull the data and the metrics from the multiple sources, from Instagram, from API, and from the website, and from all the sources which are accessible currently.
I have a question. Are you
Sure.
pre-revenue still, or are you generating revenue now?
I currently don't, and I started the promotion on Facebook just recently, and I currently have traffic, but I can't give you numbers because the traffic is kind of random, and there isn't the stable statistics yet, but we definitely have.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you need to take this to the next level?
Mentoring and investment.
Okay. How much investment do you need?
400,000.
400,000. Okay. Any last questions? Awesome job.
My name's Jonathan, and my company's called 10%.
While he's actually pulling that up, I'm going to announce what we're going to do next.
Okay.
Everybody kind of come up and
Yeah,
borrow that.
no problem.
This is the last one, right?
Yep.
What time it is? Cool. So after this, we're actually going to do a game that we've tried doing a couple times and found a lot of success. What everybody's going to do is for about 15 seconds, and we'll start with Ben. Everybody's going to introduce themselves for about 15 seconds, their name, maybe where they're from, and why they're here. Because afterwards, we're going to have some intentional networking. Otherwise, there wouldn't really be a good way for you guys to figure out who you need to talk to and why. I'm sure all y'all came here for a specific reason. So if we have some intentional, I guess, introductions, hopefully y'all are taking notes. So afterwards, you can kind of pinpoint who you need to talk to make your time more efficient. So we'll be doing that after this. Thank you.
Take away, Jonathan. Thanks. All right, my company's called 10%, and we're trying to do therapy for the 21st century. I'm going to cover a lot of information, so we're going to try to get through this quickly. A little bit about me. I call myself a mental health expert. I was diagnosed with multiple mental health disorders, multiple suicide attempts, almost destroyed my life, but it didn't, and I got better. But when I got better, I had this strange realization, which was that the less I relied on mental health professionals and the more I relied on myself, the better I got, which should be kind of strange. So this entire experience basically led me to what I call my unshakable belief, which is that anybody can be happy regardless of external circumstances if they so choose. Okay, and so this is data from a study done in 2011 that shows that if 10% of a population holds an unshakable belief, this belief will become the consensus. So that's basically part of our mission. All right, back to business. So the business model of therapy is kind of just okay. It's not great. Therapists get paid by the hour, so the more you come, the more they get paid. And often, we actually want to be validated more than we actually want to get better. So can we get a better business model? That'd be really great. So what if therapists were paid based on performance, just like any other business? That'd be kind of cool, huh? You'd incentivize innovative therapy techniques. When's the last time you heard therapy and innovative in the same sentence? Maybe once or twice? So we have two problems if we want to do this. First is, can you fake happiness? How do you prove that therapists are actually performing? And the second problem is, where does the money come from? That's a pretty simple, obvious question, and we have to answer it. Okay, so any guess as to what's happening here? Anyone have a guess as to what these boys are feeling? Anyone? Kind of can tell what these boys are feeling? Nobody can tell? Are you guys, what's the emotional EQ of this room? Huh? 0.5? All right. These guys are happy. I'm just telling you so that you know for the future, these guys are happy. Okay? And we're pretty sure. We're pretty darn sure. So, introducing FaceCoin, a mathematically secure, decentralized peer-to-peer protocol for communicating inner emotional states. Just kidding. FaceCoin already exists. I'm serious about this. It's trading at around 0.2 cents, so good time to buy. Just kidding. Don't buy it. It's a scam. So here's a question. Do you know what a real smile looks like? What about a fake smile? Do you know when people are off? Here's a great question. Do professional poker players with millions of dollars at stake still reveal their inner emotional states with tells? The answer to that is yes. All right. So, solution one, proof of psychological work. We can create a proof of psychological work algorithm using artificial intelligence and what's called a facial action coding system. Basically, scientists have discovered all the different motions that or actions that your face can take, and this technology already exists. There's a company called Activa, and this thing actually runs on your phone. So what do you get? You get therapy on your phone, therapy from anywhere in the world. The video is analyzed on the device for proof of psychological work, and the therapists have access to priceless analytic data. They can see how engaged you are second by second during the session. Okay. So we got a big problem here. It's called Cambridge Analytica. And we have discovered that privacy is important. Who would have thought that? Privacy is important. Not because you care that the government is watching you masturbate, but because political actors can actually change elections. That's really important. Okay, so the solution to that is basically this algorithm runs on your device, and the video is secured with P2P encryption. Okay, so we never, ever, 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 ever store your audio, video, and text for the long term on our servers, period. Okay, gotta make that clear. Okay, solution 2. I want you to imagine not so far into the future when you're on the way home, and the first thing you do in your self-driving car is you pull out your phone and start talking to it about your day. This is happening, okay? So the question is, what if your phone can help you with the difficult life problem? That'd be pretty interesting, right? Okay, are we replacing therapists? Short answer is no. We're just making them more useful. Most of a big part of therapy is just a safe place to speak your mind. Okay, and what if you just did that with an AI bot? And that would free up your therapist to only help you with the really crucial parts. And so what does that mean? That means that a therapist, instead of handling about 30 patients at one time, they can do 80 to 100 patients. There's 106,000 psychologists in the United States currently. That means that if all of these psychologists use this system, they would only be taking care of a fraction of their patients, and these psychologists would be able to take care of about 8 to 10 billion people. Okay. All right. So any questions, I'll explain it. Yeah.
So with that thing where I'm sorry, not a question about this, but where the therapist can tell the emotions of the person, how engaged they are.
Yes.
I wonder if the technology works in the opposite direction.
Sure.
Where the patient can determine, is the therapist actually paying attention to the engagement?
Well, what we can do is basically give the therapist a score. Okay, we can basically analyze the facial expressions of clients to get a signature of what does psychological work look like, and then we can score therapists based on their ability to facilitate that. Yeah. Yeah.
What are the parameters that you measure? Is it engagement, happiness, feeling of acceptance? What is it that you measure?
Well, so what we actually measure and is just facial actions, okay? And in later part of the presentation, we explain how we have facial actions which we already know can give engagement levels, but we start actually collecting some of this data in exchange for tokenized equity in our company that's tokenized on the blockchain, which would allow therapists to have an additional income, and those clients would be free. So it's a little bit complicated, but you can talk to me after about it. So we would be able to have data to train our algorithms. Yeah.
Where are you going to find your customers? Where are your customers going to be?
Who are my customers?
Where are you going to find them?
Well, would you like someone to talk to? What if it was free? What if it was your phone, and your phone could actually give you really great insights into life?
Yeah, but who's going to write the check?
So it starts out as an e-therapy marketplace. There's nothing crazy about that. This kind of stuff already exists. And then we start doing a new kind of business model called data mining. And the therapists are able to give their services for free in exchange for the data, because we are buying the data from them with equity.
Are insurance companies going to cover this, or?
It's free. Yeah.
How will you comply with existing safety protocols?
Well, safety? You mean HIPAA?
Like, if
You mean privacy?
If a therapist hears that someone's going to be harmed, they have to
Yeah.
call the authorities and things.
Yeah. Well, we can just basically throw algorithms at that problem, and the algorithms will be able to detect when someone is in a critical situation, and will be able to help them. And that's what the therapist is for. Yeah.
You got any proof of concept?
Nope. This is ideation phase. Yeah.
Are there other markets that this could be used at? When you were presenting, I was just thinking
Mhm.
job interviews. Like, as an employer, I wouldn't want to hire somebody with a fake smile. Who's just pretty
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, a really interesting one thing we could do is basically for a small fee, we could offer happiness certificates. So basically, we can analyze your data and produce a certificate that certifies that this person is deeply psychologically healthy. And you can present that certificate to your insurance company and get discounted rates, or you could give it to employers. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Unfortunately, that's all our questions.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
Awesome. So we're going to start with Mr. Ben. 15 seconds. If you go over, I will stop you, and then we're going to go to the next one. This is just to make it more intentional. And yes, everybody's going to have the mic. There you go. Starting now.
All right. Hey, folks. My name's Ben. I am brand new to Austin. I just got here on Friday, and I'm here because I'm looking for a job, and I would really love to work for a startup.
Hello, my name is Brandon Carpenter. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I'm here with my good buddy Alec, and we are with GenWise. It's basically an accelerator for startup businesses. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to talk to us.
Hello, my name is Colt Mockler. Spoke earlier, owner of the company IV Bars. Excited to be here in Austin again, and thank you again for your attention and opportunity tonight. Your time is valuable, and I appreciate you sharing it with me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Alec Mock. Nice to meet all y'all, and thank you, Taylor and Isaac, for throwing a great event. I have a company called GenWise. We help other startups build their startup. I'd love to talk more after. Thank y'all.
Hello, name is Shay. I'm from the Houston area. Moved here from Alabama about a little over 2 years ago. Studying international business and entrepreneurship at St. Edward's University. Graduating in about a year.
Okay, good evening. My name is Dalian, and I am the mother of Jonathan, and we try to support him, to help him and guide him as much as we can. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ken Aird. I'm his father. I'm also a software developer.
I'm Chris Davis, co-founder and head of product for a product called Follow-Up Edge. We have a sales follow-up process automation tool that we use for marketers to increase their leads that they activate when they inbound lead generation.
Kevin Carney, early stage venture named Organic Growth, link building services, and in the future, software tools.
Hey, my name is Charlie. I'm a software developer, currently working remotely. I've been in Austin for about 3 years, and I guess I'm looking for a change and wanted to kind of find a way to get plugged into the startup community.
Yeah, and I'm Jonathan Aird, creating a worldwide psychological revolution, something like that.
Hey, Jeff Collier, looking for some venture capital and talent for robotics.
Hi, my name is Megan Harrington, and I'm the landlady. I'm a land investment specialist and entrepreneur in the outdoor industry, and I'm looking for partners and mentors, and especially web developers and marketing gurus.
Hi, I'm Dory Eversman with Chastain Partners. I have an accounting and financial advisory company, and our tagline is we help startups to not run out of money.
Hey, I'm Dave. I just recently moved to Texas from Austin from Florida.
Thank you. I'm working on 2 projects right now. One is on IoT, the other is on cloud computing. So if you're interested, contact me.
Hi, I'm Tyson Duncan. I'm head of platform for a company called Rex Real Estate. I'm here tonight just to kind of get plugged in again with the startup community, and we'll sell your house 2% all in.
Parker White. I'm a co-founder on a social investing and algorithmic trading platform, and we're kind of looking to grow the team and add some developers. So come talk to me.
Parker, what is your favorite animal?
Texas Longhorn.
Hey everyone, I'm Dominic. Just moved down here 6 months ago. I'm a software engineer in the area and a entrepreneur working on an idea for revolutionizing travel. And I'm looking for a co-founder and a mentor.
I'm Dana Palmer. I'm a construction consultant. I came tonight to learn. I'm not a techie. I'm looking for people who want to build their own home and save. That's what I help you do. Build your house and save.
Lawrence Huntley. Nobody in this room wants a project manager, right? I'm one.
Hi, my name is Raj Kumar. I'm founder of Extant Defense Corporation. We're in the firearms industry. I'm looking for iOS and Apple programmers for the development of a machine learning technology to help sell firearm products to our customers who are actually owners or manufacturers of firearm products.
Hi, I'm Mark Maxim. I'm a professional collaborator and advocate. Essentially, I help people accomplish their objectives.
Hi, I'm Lily Chow. My background's in tech and marketing, and essentially I love connecting people. I'm a big connector. I love helping people expand their network. Whether you're new to Austin, you're looking for a job, or looking for investors, or looking for startup stuff, please connect with me.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, I'm founder of Thonk. We're trying to fight basically fake news and scientific literacy online through data visualization of scientific publications. And I'm looking for developers and to grow my team.
Hi, my name is Rafael. I'm a software engineer specialized in robotics. I have a software agency focused on IoT development and startups. So anybody needs development, talk to me.
Hi, my name is Marcelo. I'm from South America. He's my boss, so he's great.
I left my boss at home. I'm Chris. About 25 years in the technical sales. I just moved from Chicago to Austin, just trying to get connected in the community.
Hi, name is Vasindu. I'm with Tiken. We work with startups on building their products. We help with strategy, design, development, basically like figuring out how to go about a startup. So yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Pavitra. I'm the co-founder and chief design officer of Tiken. He already said what Tiken is. So.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeff Julia. I help people relax their electric bills, and I'm looking for advisors on strategic partnerships and PPC spend. So if you have either of those expertise, I'd love to talk to you.
Jeff, what's your favorite color?
Green.
Green. So if you like green, you know who to talk to.
Hi guys, my name's Tommy. I'm from London. I'm the founder of Austin.chat, which is essentially a location-based chat for you to speak to other people in Austin about things that are interesting to you. So yeah, check it out. It's a web app, so you just need to type in Austin.chat.
Hey, my name is Makola, and I help small and medium-sized companies grow and scale through most streamlined software systems covering everything from sales and marketing, operations, customer service, and HR. And talk to me if you'd like to get help. My services come with a money-back guarantee, and we offer it at a very, very unbeatable rate.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ranjit Marathe. During the day, I build data pipelines, and I'm looking for sales, marketing, and business development people. Cybersecurity data pipelines.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ali. I just quit my job in the Wall Street. I came to Austin. Used to be an engineering scientist looking to connect with people.
Hi, my name is Larry Collins. I'm working on a startup to do crowdsourcing of emergency management, and hope to connect with other people and try and get the word out.
Hey, I'm Pankaj. I lead a product development team at Dell. I'm also an MBA student at U Chicago. So I travel to Chicago every week. And I'm here basically to meet people and see what kind of ideas are driving Austin people.
Hello, my name is Brent. I'm the CEO of Kazing. We have been running almost 2 years in New Hampshire with about 15,000 customers and clients for last-minute services to the home and businesses. And we're relocating to Austin, so I'm here looking at locations and looking for people.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Lynn, just happy hours. I misheard the question about user base. It's 40.4 million. Would love to have some beta testers, justhappyhours.com. You can sign up on the homepage.
Hi, my name is Ian Erickson, and I have a hemp oil company locally here in Austin. It's Pure American Hemp Oil, and we also have a web-based development app called Hemp Maps, and we're a veteran-based organization that gives back to the veteran community.
I'm Jared Fortenberry. I have a little internet startup that helps people prepare their own documents to transfer their real estate.
And to back that up, I'm Brett Pippinger, and I just do nothing interesting like y'all do. I do residential mortgages. So just here to meet new faces and meet people, I guess. Establish relationships.
He's good at what he does.
Hi there, I'm Jacob. What I do is scientific computing, mostly mathematical modeling, so some kind of processes that require modeling on the computer before you can actually go and do it in real time. Looking to get into some interesting projects.
Hi everyone, Miguel Hernandez. I currently focus on business consulting and life coaching. So if you guys are looking for mentors, I'm more than interested to give you value. I do a discovery call to just get you started and start giving you some value right out the gates without charging anything. And that's pretty much it.
Hi everybody, so my name is Julia, I'm from Russia, so I'm here to support my husband. I'm not a tech person, I'm professor of banking and finance.
I am Daniel. I am founder of Instameter, and at the same time I'm software engineer in IT company in Austin. For Instameter I'm looking for investors and mentors.
There you go.
Awesome, awesome. So a couple quick things. One, we're going to finish off the raffle, bottle of rosé, bottle of wine, t-shirt. Somehow it always ends up that there's still stuff on the floor, so I ask you guys, please take a look down. Even if it's not yours, please pick it up. There's trash cans here and in the back. Do me a favor so I don't have to pick up everything that's left. And we have about 30 minutes, a little less, to intentionally network. At 9, we are going to stop sharply, but if you want to continue networking, there is a bar downstairs. So Taylor?
Did anyone forget to put their card in the raffle?
Yes. Any more cards? Taylor coming around right now. All right, all right. All right, so it's going to be for the bottle of wine. Bottle of wine. Sauvignon Blanc. Oh, that's a tech master.
All right, Roman.
Roman Gonzalez for the bottle of wine. Roman, you have to be active and listening. Roman, going once? Going twice? Did he leave? All right, he left, so we're going to draw again. Raj.
Raj Kumar. He's talking.
There he is. There you go, Mr. Raj. There you go. You can give it to somebody. All right, this is for the T-shirt. For the TechMap T-shirt. Shay, there you go, brother. Yeah.
Last bottle, rosé.
It's rosé season. Dominic Pace. There he is. All right, appreciate you guys. Clean up any trash that you see. We're a network till 9, and then we'll be done.
Jumping right on, think it was a good to innovate and allow us to the always stressed us out.